Alid Lewis, Thermos, Threadless, Foam Monster.
I would define myself as a graphic designer and illustrator.
Tell me about some of the recognition you've achieved.
Well, in the time that I've been on Threadless contributing as a designer, I've become the most printed designer here amongst very stiff competition. I think the Thermos Plus Threadless consumer is the kind of customer that likes to say something about who they are through the products they have, through the clothes that they wear.
How do you go about beginning?
Most of my ideas, most of my designs start as just a doodle, really. And there's a couple of pieces here that went on to become successful Threadless tees. Another zombie design, because zombies are super popular. And I also have the original doodle for Foam Monster in an emotional reunion with Severed Limb. I was imagining, you know, a foam hand. What's the story behind the foam hand? Is there a foam person? He's humanoid, but he's kind of rounded and cuddly, probably scared of kids.
So what program do you work in?
I usually paint my designs in the industry standard image editor. I've got an example here actually of Foam Monster. At this point the line work comes into it and then you make a decision about colour. And for me I figured on balance I wanted to go for silver as a base, and then what you need to do is bring in a bit of shading. So we need the dark tones to come in here, and then obviously to counter that we need the highlights to come in. Foam Monster, which is green, comes in.
So tell me about the colour.
In the UK, green isn't really a popular colour for teams. Blues and reds, however, you know, they'd mean something. They'd be partisan. For me, green, I think, was really a neutral colour, and it's also kind of a foamy colour. When I did Foam Monster, the idea really was to kind of create a scene that was almost sort of photographic and real, and then juxtapose that with the cartoony Foam Monster, the two bits on it. And what's really nice with the flask is that there's also almost like a reveal. It comes in two parts, so instead of seeing the flat image like you would in a tea, you have that Foam Monster there, and you're like, what the hell's he doing? And then the little hand is there, and you say, oh, and then you feel sorry for him. Documenting and recording your ideas is the most important thing, and it can lead to something later on. I think sometimes that if the more crazy your ambitions, the better at having ambitions to maybe make a comic book at some point. I don't claim to be a great illustrator at all, but it would be really good fun, I think, and a lot of work, but it's something I'd like to do.